This video is part of the adult education series on reading. It covers understanding plot elements in literature. Pay close attention, take notes, and be ready to answer some questions at the end.
Plot is a fundamental element of storytelling that outlines the sequence of events that take place in a narrative. It serves as the backbone of a story, guiding the reader through the experiences of the characters and the world they inhabit. Understanding the components of plot is crucial for analyzing literature, writing stories, and appreciating the craft of storytelling. This video will explore the various elements of plot, including exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. Exposition is the initial part of the plot that introduces the characters, setting, and basic situation of the story. It lays the groundwork for the narrative by providing essential background information. In this section, readers learn about the main characters, their motivations, and the world in which they live. For example, in Shakespeare's play Romeo and Juliet, the exposition introduces us to the feuding families of the Montagues and Capulets, as well as the two young lovers, Romeo and Juliet. We learn about the setting of Verona, Italy, and the societal pressures that influence the characters' actions. This background is crucial for understanding the conflicts and themes that will unfold later in the story. After the exposition, the plot enters the rising action phase. This part of the narrative presents a series of events that build tension and develop the story's conflict. During the rising action, characters face challenges and obstacles that complicate their situations, creating suspense and engaging the reader's interest. In Romeo and Juliet, the rising action includes the secret marriage of Romeo and Juliet, the duel between Tybalt and Mercutio, and the subsequent banishment of Romeo from Verona. Each of these events intensifies the conflict between the lovers and their families, leading to a dramatic build-up that propels the story forward. The climax is the turning point of the plot, where the tension reaches its peak. It is often the most exciting and emotionally charged moment in the story. The climax represents a crucial decision or event that determines the outcome of the conflict. In Romeo and Juliet, the climax occurs when Romeo kills Tybalt in retaliation for Mercutio's death. This act of violence drastically alters the course of the story, leading to the tragic consequences that follow. The climax is critical because it reveals the characters' true motivations and forces them to confront the reality of their choices. Following the climax, the plot moves into the falling action, which consists of events that occur as a result of the climax. This part of the narrative begins to resolve the conflicts and tensions that have been building throughout the story. Characters may face the consequences of their actions, and the story begins to move toward a conclusion. In Romeo and Juliet, the falling action includes the aftermath of Tybalt's death, Romeo's banishment, and Juliet's desperate attempts to reunite with her love. The tension remains high as characters navigate the fallout of their choices, and the reader is left wondering how the story will resolve. The resolution, also known as the denouement, is the final part of the plot where the conflicts are resolved and the story reaches its conclusion. It provides closure for the characters and the reader, tying up loose ends and revealing the ultimate outcome of the narrative. In Romeo and Juliet, the resolution is marked by the tragic deaths of the two lovers. Their demise ultimately reconciles their feuding families, highlighting the senselessness of the conflict. The resolution not only serves as a conclusion to the characters' arcs, but also reinforces the themes of love, fate, and the consequences of hatred. Understanding the elements of plot is essential for both readers and writers. Each part of the plot, from exposition to resolution, plays a vital role in shaping the story and conveying its themes. By analyzing the structure of a narrative, readers can gain deeper insights into the characters' motivations, the conflicts they face, and the overarching messages of the work. Whether studying classic literature or contemporary stories, recognizing these plot elements enriches the reading experience and enhances our appreciation of storytelling. Let's take a look at a typical plot elements diagram. This plot elements diagram gives a very brief summary of each of the elements. The exposition is the beginning of the story where characters are introduced. The rising action is where the main character faces a series of conflicts. The climax is the most exciting part of the story. We learn the outcome of the story. The falling action includes the events leading to the end of the story. The resolution is the end of the story. Let's practice completing the plot elements diagram with a simple story that we all are familiar with, The Three Little Pigs. The exposition, or beginning. The story begins by introducing the three little pigs who each decide to leave home and build their own houses. Setting, countryside or forest area. Characters, the three pigs and the big bad wolf. Situation, each pig wants to build a house to protect himself from danger. Purpose, introduces the main characters and the central problem. The pigs must build safe homes to protect themselves from the wolf. The rising action. The conflict is that the big bad wolf wants to get inside the houses to eat the pigs. Each pig builds a house out of different materials. The first pig builds a house of straw because it's the easiest. The second pig builds a house of sticks, which is a little stronger. The third pig works hard and builds a house of bricks. Then the big bad wolf comes along. He blows down the straw house. He blows down the stick house. Both pigs run to their brother's brick house for safety. Purpose builds tension and shows the wolf becoming a growing threat. The climax, or turning point of the story. The wolf arrives at the brick house and tries to blow it down, but he can't. Angry and determined, he decides to climb down the chimney to get the pigs. Purpose, this is the most intense moment. The pig's safety is in immediate danger. The falling action. The third pig, who is clever, prepares a boiling pot of water in the fireplace. When the wolf slides down the chimney, he falls into the pot. Purpose, the conflict begins to resolve. The pig's quick thinking saves them. The resolution, or ending. The wolf runs away, never to bother the pigs again. The three little pigs live safely and happily in the sturdy brick house. Purpose, the problem is solved. The pigs have learned that hard work and preparation lead to success and safety. Let's check for understanding. Carefully read the following questions, pause the video, determine the best answer for each, and then restart the video to check your answer. Which element of a story introduces the characters and setting? The answer choices are climax, resolution, rising action, the exposition. The correct response is the exposition. What is the term for the main problem or challenge that drives the plot of a story? Falling action, conflict, the exposition, resolution. The correct response is conflict. Which part of the story involves the characters trying to solve the problem, causing tension to build? The answer choices are the exposition, resolution, rising action, climax. The correct response is rising action. What is the most exciting and intense part of a story where the conflict reaches its peak? The answer choices are climax, falling action, the exposition, resolution. The correct response is climax. After the climax, which element of the story shows the events that happen as the action slows down? The answer choices are the exposition, falling action, rising action, conflict. The correct response is falling action. This has been a production of DNJ Designs and Mathman 1962. If you like this video, click on the thumbs up. If you want to be notified when new videos are posted, click the bell. And if you want to see more videos like this one, click on the subscribe button.